Hello, hello! Surprise live! Actually, not one surprise live, but 5 surprise lives. Okay, so I am super excited by this This is the title that I decided to give to this series of 5 lives that I'm going to do in the next 5 days. Guys, I don't even expect any of you to be connected because this really comes from an inner impulse that I had 5 minutes ago, basically now, half an hour ago. Because I really want to respond to the energies that I'm receiving into my programs. And especially from the self-assessment test that I've created for people to go a little bit deeper into their business, into their life. So let's start from this. I'm gonna go through a little conversation, okay? So this weekend, I was in Italy, okay? So about a month ago, I saw the story of a person on the Dolomites, and I am from very close to that area in Italy, and I was like, well, who am I to do not be able to go to the Dolomites and see the snow this year? Because the snow is literally something that makes me very happy. And so the idea of not being able to go to the mountains for at least one day a year makes me very sad. So I was like, I worked my ass off in the last 5, 6, 7 years to be able to take the weekend off if I want to be able to bring my daughter to her grandparents if I want to be able to go and visit my grandmother, which is very old and that I really deeply love if I want to. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to book my weekend in Italy and do all of these nice things. And yesterday it was snowing so much. If you see some other pictures, some of my stories or my last video, my last reel, oh my God, it was beautiful. So whilst I was there, enjoying all of this for myself and kind of congratulating, that I'm really in a good place now. I worked very hard and I'm where I want to be in 10 years' time. I was like, but inside me there is something that does not match. Inside me there is something that actually, yes, okay, I'm very cool. I'm I'm happy by myself. Let's not even talk about what's going on in the world right now because this is not the place for it. But obviously there is also that in me, okay? But I was also thinking about the live that I've done last Friday, which was a live where I presented my one of my courses, okay? And it's connected to this self-assessment test that I received from the teachers from different parts of the world, really many different parts of the world. I can read you if you want just a little bit. So there was Italy, UK, Mexico, Germany, Austria, US, Netherlands, Chile. So these were the people that wrote me, okay? Many more from Italy, many more from other countries that I didn't repeat. So, I was like, okay, what I received in this test are sentences from people that are extremely unsatisfied with their lives. Somebody even told me, I think I tried everything, I'm about to give up. And I was like, so I had this anger inside me, okay? I was very happy for myself. But at the same time, I was like annoyed, very annoyed that there are still so many music teachers that are unhappy in this work, that are unsatisfied financially, personally with this work, with music education. And I was like, but music is one of the most beautiful job that we can have in life, if only, right? And then at the same time, I met with my cousin, she's a lawyer, She was a dancer. She played a lot of she played a couple of instruments when she was younger, but now she's a lawyer. So she, she earns quite well. And she wrote me a message saying, it's so nice that in your family everybody's a musician, and that you have friends around you and everybody is a musician, and you can play and have this type of lovely life. And my first answer was like, yeah, but they're all quite unsatisfied. They're all quite saying the same things. I don't have enough money to do this. I don't have enough time to do that, because I don't have enough time to work on my passion, work on my creativity, because I need to teach so many hours. And these are people that love teaching, but they are teaching definitely too much. So all of these thoughts were in my brain, and I came back to Brighton, and I was like, I have another full day for me. Okay, I'm working now, but I have a full day for me, and I'm gonna book for a massage later. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna work 5 hours in mentoring sessions, and then I'm gonna go to the spa. And then I'm gonna teach one day with 4 groups, and I'm like, I need to give more here, because I'm receiving so much that I have to give more. I'm not doing enough, probably, to really, really help people making the changes that they deserve and that society deserves, because musicians and music teachers can really make the difference in the communities they're working with. So, because I'm receiving so much, I decided that I wanted to give a lot more. And hence, we're here today with 5 lives. And we're gonna start these 5 lives called hum, because there are spaces for resonance, okay? To put in movement and to create a vibration, then your body will recognize potentially to make a different step, to make a step ahead. So I like the idea of calling them hum, hoping that these 5 live sessions are going to open different spaces in you. And not because I want to push you to buy my courses, but because I really believe that somehow there is still a lot of people that believe that music teaching cannot be satisfying. They are still believing that if you become a music therapist or a musician, a psychologist, if you're giving in your life, somehow you cannot receive. And I'm done. I'm done with this. So these lives are for you. Obviously, if you're ready to listen to them, you will receive them in your email every day for 5 days if you are in my newsletter. You can unsubscribe whenever you want, or you can just follow them here. There's no timeline. Every day they're going to be a different in different moments of the day. First, because I work with people from all over the world, and so everybody has their own preferred time, and also because every day for me is a bit different. So I cannot tell you, let's do them every day at 10. Nah. It would never work, especially, with a person with ADHD cannot have a regular life. Okay, so where are we starting from? We're starting from day number 1, which is this. Day number 1 is going to be a bit longer than the others because I've done all of these introduction now. But in the next days, we're going to have shorter lives, okay? So they're going to be potentially a bit more manageable, and you will have a possibility to listen to them after I go live. So, day 1, why you are tired, why we are tired in certain moments of our life as music teachers, why are we so exhausted, and why it's not about lacking skills or lacking talent. Okay, so let's start from one thing. Good teachers are good because of the inputs, their instinct that they can actually have in relationships with their students. And that takes a lot of energy. We know that, okay? So good teachers are not good because they follow a program perfectly, because they have a plan, a 6-month plan. Obviously, we're also good teachers because we can do that. But the teacher that stays in the mind of a student forever is the teacher that can open a real relationship, a real connection with the class, or even in one-to-ones, okay? Those teachers are the people that can bring the transformation and really leave a mark in the life of our students, okay? And this takes a lot of energy. This takes an incredible amount of energy, okay? So, even if this title is Why You're Tired, my life is not about not being tired, okay? If you want that, I'm not the right person. If you want that in your life, you need to go on holiday on the Bahamas every 2 weeks, and I don't know if you're not getting bored about that. So that's not about that, okay? It is about gaining energies from the energies that we give, okay? And it is absolutely possible. I'll give you a couple of examples. First, after every resonance retreat that I organized, which are these 5 days with 40, 50 people in Italy in July and August, after those 5 days of resonance retreat, I am done for a week. I have no energy after that. I really need to just simply lie down and rest at least for 3 days, okay? Doing little things, but I cannot expect from myself to do something specific, like, oh, let's go for a walk. No, leave me on the sofa for 3 days, okay? Better if it's in the bed, in the sunbed right in front of the sea, which is what happened after the last retreat. So I was very, very lucky. I had 1-2 days where I could just lie under the sun after the retreat. But the energy that I gain from those 4 or 5 days, I'm still carrying it with me right now, okay? That was the first example. Second example, very similar, but not for me, is another teacher that she's in my programs, in 2 of my programs. She is in MTTT and she is in Spark. And she's in a very, very difficult position because all of a sudden, the space that she was working in, her venue, let's say not her music school, because she was renting this space from somebody else, they told her, you need to leave at the end of February. So they gave her literally a month and a few days to leave. And she has lots of students, okay? Now, she's in the middle of this, trying to arrange where to go, trying to find her new place, whilst she's also teaching, whilst she's also a mother and a partner and probably a daughter. So, a mess. And she wrote me the other day, I have booked for the winter retreat in London. I really want to come. What do you think I should do? Because I'm in the middle of all of this. And I was like, well, if you think that you can have somebody that looks after the most bureaucratic situations and things, like taking care of the documents, etc., come to the retreat. Come to these 3 days for yourself. Because even if you are going to be physically tired after these 3 days, you're going to have so much, you're going to get so much from being able to share with other teachers, to learn new things for yourself, to give yourself a time to stay and resonate, that this is going to be amazing for you when you're going to open your new place with a completely different energy, even if we are tired, okay? So, our goal, it's not being tired, okay? This is not even possible in life, okay? Especially if you are a parent and you run your own business. No, who are we? You know, I don't want to say that I have a recipe to do not get tired, because I don't. But I did recognize in me What were the things that were draining my energy instead of fueling, okay? Instead of bringing me to the next level of my work, of my job, of my career, or of my past, I was able to say, this is something I don't want anymore, and I'm gonna cut it. Bye. Even if I didn't have money, even if it would have been safer to say, let's stay in this job because it can give me, £200-300 a month. No, £200-300 a month are not changing my life. Okay, if I'm poor, I'm gonna be poorer, but that doesn't really matter. £200-300 are not changing my status, but my main mental health and my general energy can be bringing me to the next step of my work if I'm in alignment with what I'm doing. If what I'm doing is really something that I like and can support me and can give me new ideas, new projects, okay? If fuels my creativity. So most of the people that I have read about in this self-assessment test, and look, they are teachers from really everywhere, are following the same patterns. They are stuck working in places that they don't like, where their job is not recognized, and they stay there. So the steps that they are making potentially either are not enough or they're not the right steps for themselves. And this drains them. So when I was teaching 4 or 5 days a week, I was physically, obviously, very tired, but I really loved what I was doing because I was doing it for myself. And that kept going, kept giving me the energies that I needed to be able to create something different for myself, where now I'm at the point where I'm teaching 1 day a week, and my school is run by another 19 teachers. Okay, so I reached what I wanted to reach a lot earlier than I thought, because I was able to say no to what was not working for me. And again, if you think that I was born rich, just turn page, just go somewhere else. That's not my past. The past is of a person that worked her own life, okay? I have other lives, I have other spaces where I told my story multiple times, okay? I done everything by myself, and I don't regret it. Actually, I really appreciate it, because that's what really gave me the push to keep going. So the point is, we're not talking about working less. We're talking about working in alignment. And this is what really nurtures us, our nervous system, our creativity, and will give us the fuel to create the next steps, the best things for us. I'm gonna read something for you now of a teacher that shared it a couple of days ago as a celebration in the hub. So let me see, where can I go? She said, over the past weeks, I've been making some important decisions about the next school year. What to accept, what to let go, how much structure I want, and how much flexibility I need. This is a person that started MTTT and Spark, and she's also in the hub now, that started all of this path less than a year and a half ago. And now she's at the place where she can just choose. In a year and a half, she did a year ago, she opened her logo. She created her brand. In 1 year, this is the speed of a transformation she brought to her life. And she said, I realized how profoundly the MTTT journey, the hub and Spark, and this whole circle of people have shaped how I am able to choose. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the point. Try to find in everything that you're doing the right answer And the question is always, is this bringing me something or just draining my energy? Accept jobs, accept work that give you something in terms of energy, creativity, learning. Everything that is simply draining you can go, little by little, one day after the other, not only one day, obviously. But what is not serving you anymore, it's time to let it go. This is the first real step to make the real change. Okay, finish for today. Live number 1, finished. I'm gonna go live tomorrow again. And the live tomorrow is going to be called You Are Already a Leader. Even if you don't call yourself a leader. And we're going to explore this topic and some of the feelings that this might bring in you. Okay, I hope you liked it. I hope this is opening a reflecting space in you. And I will see you tomorrow. Hasta luego.